just smoked another to the face, yeah. She wanna stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you up in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Come on with a dank, scrolling a tank, rolling with the gang. You sit and I on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippen.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Spencer Raxter. He is Speak Eazy, who got done joyriding around in Blake Corum's Camaro in Ann Arbor and came back to us today. We have Chris Platty in the TD booth and JB Smooth on the ones and twos.
Had a great time in the Camaro.
Yeah,
fresh off the Folga.
Me, Dirty Mike, and
fresh
the
off
boys.
the Folga. Yeah, you leave a soup kitchen in the back.
Yeah, I left the soup kitchen in the back. Spilt everywhere. What movie is that?
The other guys.
Yeah.
It's where a bunch of homeless people get in and have sex. They call it a soup kitchen.
Thanks for the love shack. Dirty Mike and the boys.
Dude, that's like one of the best movies. It's such an underrated movie.
That is an underrated movie.
You know the speech that Will Ferrell did about the tuna and the lion?
No.
He in that movie he talks about, would you rather be a lion or a tuna?
Yeah.
Or who would win
Yes.
the fight?
Yes.
He's like, lion tastes good. We fashioned a breathing apparatus out of kelp. Can we stay out there all day? No, but 35 minutes, that gives us enough time to go out there, plot the territory. Now we establish a beachhead. He made that whole thing up off the top of his head.
I'm not surprised.
It's an improvise. He won an award for like best improvised speech in a movie.
Will Ferrell's like one of the goats.
Yeah, dude. Will Ferrell's a clown.
Oh,
I heard he's a real asshole though. My sources.
Really?
Yeah. You got a picture of my sources?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I still got it.
What are your sources?
I have to re-grab it, but it's there.
Like an asshole, or like the type of people that are assholes, but it's just like how they are.
Yeah, I heard he's a real, like a giant dick.
like a genuine just.
It makes sense. He's a frat boy from USC. Like,
Get the for what?
Also, I feel like most funny people are giant assholes.
except for Adam Sandler.
That's true.
My
I heard some good
sources have
things
told
about
me Adam
Sandler.
Sandler's a really nice guy.
Yeah, these
Yeah.
sources.
Yeah, the source is right here.
Trust me, bro.
Trust me, bro.
I made it up.
Brandon Cat sources. But
Chris
no,
Broussard
there's
I'm so happy that's a thing.
we got a lot to talk about. Obviously, today we're going to talk about the Lions draft situation. What we want to go on there. We've heard Mel Kiper. Are those mock drafts up here?
Yeah, I got one.
Did you take them both?
Nah, I have one.
All right. Well,
You didn't get one.
we got Mel Kiper's draft. We're going to break down and see what the Lions are doing there. With the big hair himself put out a mock draft. So obviously that's going to be happening a lot throughout the rest of the time before anything happens in the NFL.
Yeah.
We're going to talk a lot about the Lions draft, and it feels good now that we can talk about it when it's like
Feels
we're
good.
actually supposed to be talking about it.
Yeah.
Like last year we started like 2 months into the season.
Way too early.
Yeah, and now it's actual promising draft talk. But we also got to talk about Dan Campbell getting robbed.
Robbed. Wow.
Not on the ballot, not a finalist for head coach of the year. There's somebody on there that doesn't belong there,
Ooh.
and I will share my sentiments.
I am excited to
later.
get to that one. I did not expect it to be
Sedimentary material.
what I'd hear. Okay.
And but another. Do you have that picture of the tweet about Jalen Ramsey, Chris?
Dude, let me see.
This guy doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
What do you even do around?
What do you even? Yeah, dude. I just catch you doing weird stuff in the bathroom all the time.
It's just,
Hey,
I just catch him
chill.
FaceTiming his kitten like. But I also have a fire hoodie on today. I just wanted to make you guys aware
shout
of
out
that.
your hoodie?
Shout out my hoodie.
Just shout out your fucking.
I
What
just
are you
got
doing?
it yesterday. It's very warm, very comfortable.
Who does
Shout
that?
out to me.
Shout out to me.
Shout out my hoodie.
Yeah, shout out my hoodie.
That's wild.
I forgot to tell you that earlier, but I was.
Thank you.
It is a nice hoodie.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the
I
hoodie.
appreciate it. I did a lot to earn this hoodie. It's something that I bought for myself. I can only thank myself because I bought it for myself and I put it on myself. So
There you go.
Nice.
I'm a grown man.
I gotta thank all those.
I wore my own clothes.
I dressed myself.
I dressed myself today.
I wipe my own
I
ass.
wipe my own ass. Sometimes.
I gotta think. Whoa.
Sometimes I'll let what?
You pull a Anson.
Yeah, I
You
just put,
take your dog to the bathroom with you.
dude. That was still the weirdest thing. He's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. Come on, buddy. What is he gonna do in the bathroom with you? He keeps my lap warm. My little fragile knees. But no, it's obviously we're gonna have Anson in later on Thursday.
Yes.
Thursday.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of food he's gonna bring.
Me too.
But Justin Rowland. We're just gonna get right into it. Justin Rowland. I don't know if you guys saw this, but he's being canceled. He's being let go by
Adult Swim.
By the video game company that he just came out with a video game. It's called High on Life. A lot of fun. He's getting let go from that and a lot of other things. And so we decided to have heavyweight tryouts. Because if you don't know who he is, Justin Roiland is one of the creators of Rick and Morty. And he does the voices for Rick and Morty. So there's going to be a big hole, big plot hole there. But we're going to start with you, Chris. Let's hear your tryout live on air. Better than the Elon pitch.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
That's all I got.
What about Rick?
Shut up, Morty.
That was terrible. JB, you got the producers of Adult Swim sitting in a room right now with you. They want to hear your best Rick and Morty.
Jeez, Morty, how do you expect me to do all this by myself? Come on.
Spike Lee and
Sound
Morty.
like Spike Lee.
Yeah, I know, right?
Spike Lee's Rick and Morty. He got
Here's
game.
Spike Lee as Rick and Morty.
I mean, there are alternate universes in the show. I'm sure there's a couple black Rick and Mortys.
yeah, that's true.
You're cornering that niche market.
Black Rick! Black Rick!
I can dunk Morty.
I can defy the laws of gravity.
Oh my god! All right,
You got any Rick and Morty in you?
oh geez, Rick, I don't know about that one.
Morty, we gotta go out there. We gotta.
I don't know.
I can't force a burp.
Yeah.
Yo, my cousin actually made an actual tryout video. I'm gonna try. Is there a way to download Facebook videos?
Does anybody know how to post videos to Facebook?
Hey, Rick. I don't. Fuck. I can't.
What
do it.
about Morty?
Oh, jeez, Morty. Rick, how do I download a video from Facebook to post to heavyweights?
That's actually pretty
Is that
good.
pretty good?
Yeah.
That's the first time I ever did a Morty.
bad.
That was
I'm
pretty
not gonna
good.
lie.
You kind of also, it was like Morty mixed with the surfer guy from SpongeBob.
Oh,
Bubble Body made me experience high tide.
high tides, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jay
think I
Cousin
nailed it.
7-1 in the Woodward Sports chat said JB's black. I thought he was Hindu.
Black Rick.
Good start.
Pickle Rick!
I was trying to get
Good
Nick
start. Good
sneak
start to the
in,
show.
make his debut as a Rick and Morty character. I don't know if we get him or not. He's
No,
shaking
he's
his head
not
no.
feeling
He
it.
said,
Yeah, he's not feeling it. But yeah, that's where that is. I don't think any of us are getting the job. You probably had the best Morty impression though.
Did I really?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It was good.
I can't hear anything in these headphones, so I guess I know. Like, I'm proud of myself. That's my first,
I'm proud of you
first
too.
Morty.
That was good.
I think I did well.
You did pretty bad.
Yeah, yours were the worst by far.
Yours definitely was the worst.
I think I killed
At
it.
least JB's had some soul to it,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, man.
Are you allowed to say that? You just got us canceled.
Yeah.
Poor Justin Rowland now,
Oh,
bro.
man.
Jesus. Speaking of bad
It
impersonations,
sounded like never mind.
Chris's?
Yeah.
What does it sound like?
I almost got canceled for saying it before, so I'm not gonna say it again.
Oh man, it's gonna drive me crazy now.
Yeah.
Speaking of bad impersonations, see the Kate Cunningham plush doll?
Kate Cunningham plush doll, that was awful.
Can we
Yeah.
keep pull that one up here, Chris? How are we feeling? How are we feeling about this?
Let's go around the room.
I don't know, man. Why can no company that does characters or nobody can get black hair right?
The wax figures, too, are terrible, too, most times.
Like that looks like the hair of an Asian man.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, he looks
It's
like he's
Asian.
about to go Super Saiyan in that bitch.
Put that back up there, Chris.
Yeah.
JB, how you feel about this one?
That's so weird.
The hair is the worst part.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
hair is not
it's
even
all
close.
terrible.
I feel like they didn't have enough time to finish this product, so they were just like, hey, we got to ship it anyway. Just, screw it. Just put the hair on there.
It looks like a me
Figure it out.
on Wii.
Yeah, it does.
Like, it
actually.
looks
Oh,
like
yeah,
a me.
Wii character.
That is pretty terrible.
Like, I'm not mad at the face.
Kate, Apollo said Kate
the
on
hair.
Telemundo.
Kate on Telemundo.
Kate Cunningham.
I am Kate Cunningham. What's the one? Yeah, that's like finishing his layup package. 2K. To be fair though, I'm giving him like a little bit of credit because like, how do you do the hair? Like, what else would you possibly use? You know,
you got to use something better than that.
JB, what would you use to fix the hair there?
I don't know. I'm trying to look up Kate Cunningham's hair right now. It's like, I guess somewhat afro-ish.
Yeah, he's got like
kind of like Ben Wallace.
Yeah,
style.
he's got like the nappy fro, right?
Yeah.
But what do you use for like a synthetic fro though? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm sure. I mean, dude, it's 2023. Like,
yeah.
Can you just make it even like a little curly?
A little
and not
curly.
like,
Okay, and that's what I was at. Like, can you make it curly? But I don't do these things. I don't.
Neither do I.
I guess
just
from this
criticize
picture,
stuff.
nah, there's no excuse.
There's no excuse.
Yeah, there's no excuse. He needs some curly on there.
Look at how they massacred my boy. They took him out, bro. That's how I feel bad for Kane. Dude doesn't play for a while, and that's how they're treating him.
Yeah, it was.
Everybody
I'm
forgot
sorry.
what he looks like. So
Yeah, everybody forgot what he looked like, I guess.
I tried to defend him, but yeah, they definitely made him look like an Asian,
They probably just like
Mexican.
took the Luke Kennard dolls and like dyed the hair black a little bit. Put a mustache on it, and they're like, it's Kate Cunningham. Because those were terrible. Those were terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I was gonna try to. There's just no.
I wouldn't let my kid play with that. But this is not an accurate representation of who I want your hero to be.
Yeah.
Who do you think gets a shoe first, Kate or Jaden? Oh, Jaden already got one. Did Jaden already sign a shoe deal?
Yeah, I mean, Cade's got a shoe deal too, but there's a difference between signing a shoe deal and getting a signature shoe.
That's okay. Who gets their first signature shoe?
Cade.
Cade.
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah, Kate.
JB.
yeah, it's probably Kate.
I really want it to happen. Like, I want to rock the Cade Cunningham ones so bad.
Yeah.
Definitely cop and pair of those.
Yeah.
For me, Bryson.
Unless they're
That's
like
about it.
trash.
That's all I can afford. I'm still getting them. Just as a, because I looked back. I didn't look back, but I seen across my timeline at some point the Barry Sanders ones that he had at once upon a time, and like just to have those as a collectibles, I just would have liked to have. You know,
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
kind of sad I didn't get the Calvin ones. Thinking back on it too. How'd you feel with the Calvin ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, they weren't great.
He's not like I love Calvin. It's not a swaggy dude.
Not swaggy. He's a humble guy.
Yeah.
Looks dressed comfortable.
He's not shouting out his hoodies.
Not shouting out his hoodie. Shout out my hoodie.
Shout out me.
Shout out me.
Shout out my hoodie today, guys.
Shout out to me for buying this, making the decision, think it looks good, and then wearing it and knowing it looks good.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. I was looking at it in the camera. I was like, damn, that hoodie's sick.
Damn, son.
I wish I had one of those. Oh wait.
That jacket is tight, son. You know what I mean?
And it's got the metal aglets.
Stop, you're gonna break your. Okay.
Oh, that's annoying to my ears.
Yeah.
The simple fact that you actually knew the term for those
It's
is
Phineas and
impressive.
Ferb, man.
It's
What?
impressive.
Aglets.
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 It's from. I remember. It's from Phineas and Ferb.
You're embarrassing yourself even more.
Dude, Phineas and Ferb's sick. Perry
It is.
Platypus is a dog.
Perry Platypus is a dog.
Dude, that's the ultimate Superman disguise. Like, he just puts on a hat and everybody's like, "Oh, who's this?"
Who is this guy who looks just like my pet platypus?
A regular platypus. So he puts the hat on. Perry the platypus. That's the best part of the whole show. But
Tell us about Guardian.
I will. Because Guardian Alarm will keep you safe and give you peace of mind. It's a new year, so let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend
At least
security and
JB's had some
automated
soul.
solutions specific to your needs. With 24/7 professional monitoring, you can call them any day or night and know the Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone with you as long as possible. Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's proven to work and people who have been proven to care. So if you want that, all you gotta do is call them at 1-800.
Stay out!
That's 1-800
Stay out, Rick!
right now and let them know Woodward Sports sent you. I'm Black Rick.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You can get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Don't be fat.
Don't be fat.
And you can with the help of Custom Health Centers. You look at our guy, Ryan Armani. He went from Corey Spaghetti to Corey McGetty. But in all seriousness, Ryan Armani is down upwards of 20 pounds, and it's all thanks to the help of Custom Health Centers. You can call them at 844-789-8446. That's 844-789-8446. Call them today and let them know you want to reach your ideal weight. What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I am Spencer Raxter. He is Rick Eazy. We've got Morty Chris in the booth and JB Smooth.
Got this dope-ass hoodie.
On the ones and twos. I'm still wearing this fire-ass hoodie. Before we get into it, we're going to talk about Dan Campbell getting snubbed from head coach of the year.
Okay.
Somebody who didn't get snubbed was Aiden Hutchinson. He was on the short list of defensive rookie of the year finalists.
Yes.
He was up there with Sauce Gardner and Tariq Woolen. Now, it looks like this is Sauce Gardner's award to lose. Mm-hmm. He was first-team All-Pro as a rookie, which is extremely impressive.
I believe he's the first corner All-Pro rookie in like 40 years.
Yeah, it hasn't been done in a long, long time. So I think it is Sauce's award to lose. But do you think Hutch has a shot?
I don't know, Rick.
First one was better. It was more whiny.
I know. I was like bourbon in the middle of it, though. I want to say he does, yeah. But like when Sauce brought the tweet, he shouted Detroit along with it. I just feel like Aiden may have had a chance with AP, you know what I'm saying, American Press Association, whatever the hell it is, Associated Press, with like the Detroit love, being the hometown kid, Lions going 9-8. Then we have Sauce is also from Michigan. Shout out Michigan, while accomplishing something that hasn't been done in 40 years.
Yeah.
It's definitely his award to lose at this point. And I was, I mean, you know how stubborn I could be at times. You know, I said I was calling it Aiden for a minute there, you know. But if I'm being realistic, this 100% is Sauce Gardner's award to lose. He was phenomenal this year as a pro.
As a pro out there locking down half of the field. We saw what he did against the Lions alone and how it took away a lot of the Lions' game plan, and the offense looked pretty stagnant because they didn't even target Sauce Gardner's side of the field. They didn't even throw a ball in Sauce Gardner's direction. So, yeah, shout out to Sauce, you know, Detroit guy out there balling, being the guy that he was in Cincinnati, but on the biggest stage of all right now. So, impressive year by him. Although Aiden Hutchinson definitely deserves the same credit. He had a great year. No taking that away. Put up a lot of great stats. Helped that defense get back and do some things in the second half of the season to project the Lions into playoff contention at the end of the year. But unfortunately, you know, Sauce Gardner was just that guy all year. So I do believe it is his award to win. But my hoodie is fire. It is crazy how good this hoodie looks. Now, it is crazy to me that Dan Campbell was left off the short list of head coach of the year finalists. Now, I didn't expect him to win.
Yeah.
I did not. I'm not saying Dan Campbell was going to win the award, although he had a decent resume to do so. He was not a finalist. The finalists of the award are Giants head coach Brian Daboll, Jaguars head coach Doug Peterson, 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan, and Bills head coach Sean McDermott. So what does that say to you that Dan Campbell didn't even make the list of finalists? What does it mean to you that Dan Campbell and what he did coming back from one of the youngest teams in the league, having a buy-in still at 1-6, fighting, getting a winning record, beating the Packers in Lambeau, being a Baker Mayfield underthrow away from being in the playoffs, beating two of these coaches on this list, and bringing the other one into a point of total collapse on a far I don't want to say the other coach had a much superior team in Sean McDermott. And Dan Campbell had the Lions in a very close dogfight against those same Bills. What does it mean to you that he's not even on the list for finalists?
I don't know. I guess like what it means to me, not much. No, all right, here's what it means to me. You have to make the playoffs to win this award as a head coach in the league, clearly at this point. Because you're looking at Jacksonville Jaguars head coach Doug Peterson, playoffs.
Yes.
You're looking at Brian Daboll, head coach of the Giants, playoffs. Those are two teams that Dan Campbell beat. He beat Brian Daboll. He beat Doug Peterson. He went toe-to-toe with the guy who ended up the number 2 seed in the AFC with, what's his name? Scooty McDermott.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Doug McDermott.
Doug McDermott, thank you.
Or Sean McDermott.
Sean McDermott.
Doug McDermott's a basketball player. Yeah.
Thank you. But, and then the other one obviously is Kyle Shanahan. Now, where I'm not surprised is a name like Kyle Shanahan squeaking in there because absolutely 100%, unequivocally, I tried saying both those words at the same time. He is the head coach of the year.
Yes.
I mean, the dude went undefeated with Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy. Not just Brock Purdy, but Brock Purdy in his rookie year. Mm-hmm. Still on the undefeated streak right now into the playoffs. And I know it's a regular season award, and maybe Dan Campbell does deserve to be in the conversation. He does deserve to be in the conversation, but clearly to the Associated Press, the playoffs means a lot more than anything else. Yeah. Than any other narrative that we're trying to subscribe to or prescribe as a Detroit sports media company. But I get it. I'm not really tripping about it. I'm more surprised that you are.
I am a little bit. I think Dan Campbell did enough to be in that position. Like I said, I don't believe he would have won the award, and I think it is Kyle Shanahan that deserves the award because of what he did, like you said, with a backup quarterback for a majority of the season. But Sean McDermott is the one that I would take out of there and put in Dan Campbell.
I'm kind of in agreement with that one, yeah.
Sean McDermott had a loaded roster. Sean McDermott and the Buffalo Bills were the Super Bowl favorite for the majority of the season. Yeah. And they underperformed.
Yeah.
For their standards. Obviously not for different standards. But the Lions, nobody thought of. The Lions were in Hard Knocks. The Lions started the season 1-6. And they fought and clawed back. He kept those guys bought in, made decisions down the stretch that resulted in wins. And to me, he did a better job of coaching up players, making players better than Sean McDermott did. Because when I look at a head coach, I'm not looking at wins and losses. I'm not looking at what he does in the media or things like that. I'm looking at how he coaches up his players. And you can't tell me that any of these guys coached up their players better than Dan Campbell did this year. Dan Campbell had one of the youngest rosters in National Football League. Multiple rookies starting on the defensive side of the ball. A guy in Jared Goff who had a horrible season last year. A running back in Jamal Williams who's never had more than 200 carries in his career. And he got a 1,000-yard rusher, broke a touchdown record. Jared Goff played out of his mind, one of the best seasons of his career. And at the end of the year, all of those rookies were the top playmakers on your defense. He coached these guys up. He saw it through the season, them getting better, getting more consistent, making more plays throughout the year. And that speaks to the head coach. Not only did these guys not quit on him when they started 1-6, but they consistently got better throughout the season. That is the best job of coaching for me. Now, what Kyle Shanahan did is an anomaly. Kyle Shanahan is probably the best coach in the National Football League. The guy is a monster. He should win this award. It's probably going to be Daboll, but it should be Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, or I can see Peterson doing it too.
Yeah, Doug Peterson also.
I mean, look at. I mean, what Detroit Lions go from 3-13-1 to 9-8. Doug Peterson, same situation, 3-14 to 9-8. Mm-hmm. Now the thing is, like, if Peterson does get it, I'm kind of calling BS because then you're throwing some playoff biases in there, which I get if you're basing it off of complete resume from start of the season to end of the season, including playoffs. But outside the playoffs, same record as the Detroit Lions, and they got stomped. They just get beat by the Detroit Lions. Actually, Brian Daboll and Doug Peterson got stomped out by the Detroit Lions.
To me, Dan Campbell outcoached 3 of the 4 coaches on this list. Obviously, he outcoached Doug Peterson. They stomped him. Mm-hmm. Obviously, he outcoached Brian Daboll. They went into their house and stomped him. He outcoached Sean McDermott in that game, too. Sean McDermott got bailed out by having Josh Allen in the last couple seconds.
Yeah. And Stephon Diggs.
Because
I think a lot of people, what they forget in that game, looking back at it, is you forget the fumble by Jamal Williams. Mm-hmm. They forget the missed kick by Fuckface. And
Jesus, man.
But for the Detroit Lions still have an opportunity to win that game and come down to throw that wasn't made. Mm-hmm. It's all you got to give Dan Campbell credit for that.
Yes.
Now, that is the one name I would knock off there. But I feel like there's still some other names that may, I don't know, just creeping there just above them. But again, I think it's a playoff thing basically. You're looking at.
You think there's other names on this that aren't on this list that you put ahead of Dan Campbell?
I mean, I would definitely scoot Dan Campbell in there, but I'm biased. But I feel like you still have probably other arguments for other guys too, though. You know,
like who?
Rob Saleh probably be one. Not over Campbell, but I'm just saying that these are the guys that you'd make the arguments for. But no, you're actually 100% right. I'm gonna concede on that one. Dan Campbell should be in here over Sean McDermott.
Yes,
but the award belongs to Kyle Shanahan, so I'm not really tripping over it too much.
Kyle Shanahan has earned this award. That is something that he did was remarkable. Where you take a guy that every single team in the NFL passed over 7 times and win 8 games in a row.
Yeah.
Have him out there balling, have him out there playing, and you could say, "Oh, look at the skill that he has on his team," which is rightfully so. They have elite players on all levels of both sides of the ball, but they had a rookie quarterback, the last pick in the NFL draft, go in there into a complex offense. It's not an easy offense to run, and he made it look easy. He coached him up to where he's out there performing at a high level, and that's impressive to me.
That's damn impressive. I mean, Kenny Pickett didn't get a start right away. And not that Purdy got the start right away either, because he obviously had the benefit of having Trey Lance for like 1.5 games, and then Jimmy G, and then Brock Purdy. But I mean, we've seen guys come to the season, and they're given the opportunity to start and as a rookie deal, or guys even just off the bench that's been in the league for a while that can't make things work. And Kyle Shanahan's been able to make it work with every single piece he's gotten. I mean, this NFC Championship was the second quarterback. I guarantee you, if Trey Lance were healthy, he probably would have been the same scenario with him too.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyle Shanahan is being underappreciated as one of the greatest coaches of our generation, and it's because he's only missing that Super Bowl ring. I was actually watching that game this past Sunday too, the Cowboys versus the 49ers, and I was thinking, like, it's kind of crazy to think the guy who truly is the GOAT, Bill Belichick, beat Kyle Shanahan and Dan Quinn.
Yes.
When they're on the same team. Against them in the Atlanta Falcons game.
It is pretty wild.
That is wild.
Came back 28-3.
Yeah.
Came back and won that one against, like you said, Dan Quinn and Kyle Shanahan, who are one of the best defensive minds in the game and probably the best offensive mind in the game.
Yeah.
On the same staff.
The same squad.
With like a good roster. It's not like they had a bunch of bad players.
Dante Foreman, Julio Jones in his prime, Matt Ryan in his prime, if you want to throw in there. I've always been a Matt Ryan hater. I'm a bigger Matt Ryan hater.
That much either.
Yeah. But no, I concede. I think Dan Campbell definitely should be in there over Scooter McDermott for sure.
Yeah, Scooter, I'm sorry, but you didn't do it. Maybe if you had this hoodie on, I'd say that you could be there.
Step your hoodie game up,
Step your hoodie game up, Scoot. But if you don't want to be disappointed like Dan Campbell was being left off this list, he's got to go to Big Boy, because Big Boy has comfort foods that'll seal the deal. Wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try their classic meatloaf or Cajun chicken Alfredo. What about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. They have the Lumberjack, the Santa Fe Garden, or the Blockbuster. Stop into your local Big Boy today and satisfy those taste buds.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the downtown Detroit markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
Have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Chili Peppers Tanning, that is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Spotless, sanitized rooms with trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club. You know they got all the best deals. And if you don't know, they beat all competitors by $5.
$7?
What? No, $5.
Oh.
Don't forget to pick up Australia Gold Designer Skin, Caltan, and Swedish Beauty
Brazilian
Lotions. Brazilian Lotions. ChiliPeppersTanning.com. The hottest balls, the hottest deals, the darkest tans. ChiliPeppersTanning.com.
What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. You know who we are. We just got done talking about Dan Campbell being left off the ballot for Coach of the Year finalists. I saw some people tweeting about that.
What?
I know Jerry Jacobs quoted the tweet. He's like, "No Dan Campbell? All right."
Yeah, he should definitely be over Scooter McDermott.
Yeah,
all day.
Sean McDermott, but yeah,
Scott.
Check it out.
Ripley McDermott.
Chester McDermott. But now we got to talk about something that will impact the Lions going forward next year and maybe could push Dan Campbell into that Coach of the Year situation by getting them a couple more wins.
Yes.
And that is
Playoffs.
one Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter and some Cartiers.
When you said that, it felt like a thing.
It felt like Jalen Cartier and that bitch, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, oh, man. What could you imagine Jalen Carter? What up, though, Detroit? Like Kate Cunningham?
Yeah.
I'm 10 toes down. Had the buffs on.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. But Jalen Carter, you posed the question to us, Eazy. Would you rather sign Darman Payne or have Jalen Carter fall to the Lions in the draft? I think it's an easy decision for myself, but I'd like to hear your response first.
Yeah, I think it's a no-brainer, and I texted you, and this is my fault too, because this is a stupid question to ask, like in general. The answer is Jalen Carter fall in the draft, without a doubt. It's just not even close. And I saw it on Twitter, and that's what made me want to ask the question to make it a topic. It's off-season, you know what I'm saying, so things get a little thin around here, but I wanted to switch it up a little bit.
Yeah. Easy text me as we're going live from the break.
I know. It's my fault.
It's all right.
I'm taking credit for it. I'm sorry, but hoodie's not as cool as yours.
It's okay.
But,
it's definitely hoodie game up.
Would you rather sign Daron Payne or trade up to get in Jalen Carter? Because that's what's looking like you're going to need to do in order to acquire Jalen Carter.
What would it take?
This year's draft.
What would it take for the Lions to trade up to get Jalen Carter?
That is a good question.
What would you have to give up? Are you giving up one of those second-round picks?
I think you at least want to get there before 3. I mean, definitely probably more than a second-round pick.
You'd have to get there
no?
at 3.
You think you're just giving up a second-round pick?
Your pick.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're giving up 6. I don't think so. I don't think I would. But I don't want to sign Darren Payne that much either. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, because I'm not. You already know this.
Yeah.
When you watch routinely, I was never really on the Darren Payne list. I don't think he's worth the money. All due respect to him, and I get he had a baller-ass year, and I wholeheartedly believe he's a good defensive tackle, but not good enough to be paying upwards of $19, $20 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not, the contract won't break down like that, but it'll eventually hit that number. And you guys already know how stingy I am with the cap salary stuff when it comes down to the quarterbacks, which I feel like is more important than the DT, even though I'm a heavyweight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not willing to pay Daron Payne that much money. I just feel like Jalen Carter has a possibility. I mean, this guy's been mocked at number 1 overall at certain points.
Yes.
That's an Ndamukong Suh talent. You know what I'm saying? That's truly a blue chip piece to your defense. That's a level above Daron Payne already. On top of that, you're getting that on a rookie deal, so that's a no-brainer for me. It's just how bad you want it, you know?
It's true. It's true. You would have to pay a pretty penny because Joey's in the chat talking about Carter's going to fall to Detroit. I don't know about that. We'll see. I would be ecstatic if it happened, but I'm not. That's not something I'm projecting. Not something that I'm seeing is going to happen. If you're trading up, you'd have to, like you said, you'd have to trade up into that top 5. So 4 at the lowest. And would that cost that other first-round pick? Because I would not do it if that was the situation. If you could get away with a future first or one of those seconds, I would definitely think about it. Because you look at what you can do to move up to get him, and that, like you said, that is a blue chip piece. That is somebody you can put in the middle of that defensive line, and he's going to be a great player for a long time for you. Jalen Carter is somebody that I've looked at. Obviously, when I thought they were going to be drafting higher than 6, I was looking at him a lot, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this guy is an animal.
Jiminy Crickets.
Cheese 'em cripes. This guy is an animal.
Cheese and rice.
So obviously, I'd love the Lions to do everything they can in their power to acquire a player of that stature, a player of that caliber. And if it costs them something other than that other first-round pick this year, I'd be willing to do it.
I feel like sometimes, too, the draft day trades are relevant to, where they or what's going to be acquired, with that pick. Because I remember when the Bears traded up to grab Justin Fields, all they really did swap the Cowboys with, if I'm not mistaken, was like a 2nd-round pick, and what feels like 9th overall. I had to look back and see, but again at that point in time, like Cowboys didn't care at that point, obviously, when they made the swap. And if the team doesn't care to have a quarterback there, or I guess who anybody's gonna want Jalen Carter.
Everybody wants.
Everybody's gonna want Jalen Carter.
If you're not in need of a quarterback, in dire need, Jalen Carter would be my pick.
Yeah.
No matter who I am.
I see a lot of comments in the Woodward Sports, and to Joey's theory too. Joey, I'm with you in a universe where like that's possible. I really am.
I think he was just joking.
Not likely, but possible.
Yeah.
If teams are truly that quarterback hungry, I saw a lot of people in response to that saying, the Bears aren't taking a quarterback. The Bears are taking a quarterback.
Bears
Absolutely
are not
right.
taking a quarterback.
Somebody's trading up with the Bears to grab that quarterback. That's why quarterback's being taken with that number 1 overall pick. JB, you actually got to hear this the same exact opinion or take from Armani and Edwards and Mads, if I'm not mistaken. What was their? Were they willing to make the trade? And like, what kind of trades were they offering up for Jalen Carter? What was it Anderson they were talking about?
Well, they really weren't trying to make the trade unless it was beneficial to the Lions. So as you guys said, if they give up that second first-round pick and maybe a second-rounder and maybe a first next year to hop up there to grab them and still keep those, top 10 first picks, then yeah, they're fine with that. But also on the Draft Network, for you guys, the Colts were rumored to jump up there to grab that number 1 pick and trade for Chicago, since they aren't trying to look for a quarterback right now. So
who knows what the hell the Colts are going to do? They just brought Jeff Saturday back for a second interview.
Yeah,
they're going to rehire him.
Oh my god!
Yeah, he will be the Colts' new head coach.
That'd be an absolute joke.
Yeah, he had a couple moments this year. I ain't tripping. I mean,
he had one moment and then lost every other game he coached.
Was it really just one game?
Yes.
No, I thought he won 2, didn't he?
He won 1 game.
Stop playing.
The first game he coached, he won, and then he lost the rest of them.
He lost the rest of them,
including giving up like a 28-point lead in the second half. Jesus, dude. But the Detroit Lions, obviously, we've talked about they need an interior defensive lineman. They need someone they can put in there to help even get pressure on the quarterback. And we brought up things earlier this week about other defensive linemen, where they would go, what guys you like on your board. And there were a couple of them that I could see being available in the second round that I liked a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to say HCotY.
Yeah.
I probably butchered it, but
it's like doing the Dragon Ball Z move there.
HCotY. The guy is a monster, man. I've been watching tape on him, and he is very impressive. He's extremely quick. He's very big. He's good at getting the quarterback. Good at falling down the line to make tackles. Good at stopping the run as well. So that is a guy I would like the Lions to target in that second round. And outside of Jalen Carter, there's nobody that I would like at defensive tackle in the top 10.
What about obviously we don't know that Jalen Carter survives till 6, and it doesn't sound like you're willing to make the move up. What about Will Anderson?
Will Anderson won't survive till 6 either.
Yeah, he's definitely.
If I'm trading up for a defensive player, it's going to be Jalen Carter.
Are you tripped out at all, by the way, that Jalen Carter's got a little bit more buzz than Will Anderson at this point?
No, not really.
No? It surprised me because like Will Anderson is still, I feel like everything we believed him to be.
Oh yeah.
You think it's more like based off needs that Jalen's getting like the hype over him?
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is. Jalen Carter has proven that he can be a force in that middle.
Yeah.
He's proven that he can anchor that defense with him. Like, I saw somebody say, when is Jalen Carter ever? He's going to be a bust. When is he ever?
Yeah, I did say that in the Sports Chat too. Yeah.
It's just stop it.
Here's my thing.
Go
with
watch
Jalen Carter.
the LSU game. Tell me that guy's going to be a bust.
Yeah, he picked up the opposing quarterback and celebrated the victory.
He was
with him in his hands.
He was dominating a majority of that game.
And the other part of it too is like, and here's how I feel about the Daron Payne thing. Again, still, no, I don't mean any type of disrespect by this. It's gonna sound and come off disrespectful, but like, Jalen Carter's floor is Daron Payne, in my opinion. Like, I get Daron had a baller ass year. The rest of the years were like good years.
Yeah.
But I just feel like Jalen Carter is that as
he is
his floor level. Yeah, at the defensive tackle position at least specifically.
And especially you could get a guy like that on a rookie contract with a 5th-year option. Add him to your collection of very young pieces that you're not tied down to financially for a while. Yeah, give me Jalen Carter, man. That guy is a monster.
Damn. I remember early in the year you were talking about trading up for him.
Yeah.
Backing off now?
Like I said, if you can get away with doing it and not giving up that other first-round pick this year, I would do it.
I'm about to see what the Bears traded up to get Justin Fields. Again, that was at like 9, though, right? Like, that's just not even the same.
Moving up 3 picks.
That's the part where I think if the Lions could do it if they really wanted to, because it is only 3 picks.
If they give up a future first and a future third or something like that, I'd be cool with that. As long as they're not giving up that other first-round pick, I'm good with it.
I don't know if this is Ryan that I heard say this or like another analyst I was listening to. I was fading out of consciousness yesterday. I was sick. But if it were the Cardinals, the team were to make the trade for, like there's a lot they need to like fill. At their team.
A lot of holes to fill.
I mean, there really is. Yeah. I mean, even the Bears. I'm talking crackhead stuff right now. So like you could all feel free to dismiss it all, but I mean the Bears obviously they could trade back, but they still have a whole shit ton of stuff to fill up.
The Bears are probably going to trade back.
So they could trade back and trade back. You know what I'm saying? Just keep getting more and more and more. Cardinals, I'd see doing the same situation. Who knows? Maybe if someone wants to trade with the Lions and we don't look at any of those guys. I truly think a cornerback is the first position off the board for the Lions this year, though.
No, not at 6. They're not going to take one at 6.
Why? It's been happening the past, 3 years.
That's true.
And they've been turning out.
And one of them knows David Blau.
That's true. Well, yeah, it is true. I've hopped off that, by the way. Not off the David Blau part of it.
Off Christian Gonzalez?
Nah, I guess not off Christian Gonzalez, but Gonzalez is my consensus number 1. And then number 2, I'll tell you when we come back from break.
Okay.
That's called a teaser.
Tell us about.
Check out my hoodie.
Tell us about Swiss.
I'll tell you about Swiss. Swiss Insurance can help you guys save money because they've saved their clients the past 9 weeks an average of 26% on their insurance premiums while increasing their coverage. Matter of fact, I was one of those clients. Why do you think I got this brand new cool hoodie? I bought Spencer one too.
Yeah.
We balling over here. It's because of Swiss. All right. Hit up our guy Mark at Swiss Insurance at mark@swissins.com. That's mark@swissins.com. This is Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
By now you know me, Christina Schnurry, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
At Alta,
uptime
matters. That's right. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. You don't want to end up like Stick and something going wrong in his backyard, whatever the hell he said yesterday. Make sure you guys call Alta Equipment. That uptime means getting the job done a lot quicker and for the best price available at Alta Equipment. Make sure you guys give them a call, 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Again, that's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Alta Equipment where
uptime
matters.
Uptime. What up, though, everybody? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on woodwardsports.com. I am Spencer Axter. He is Speak Easy. We got Chris Platty in the TD booth, JB Smooth on the ones and twos. We just got done talking about if the Lions should move up, make some moves, try to get Jalen Carter on this roster, or would you rather have them sign a guy like Daron Payne? And you teased that you want a cornerback at 6.
Yeah, I think they're going cornerback at 6. I mean, like, for me, I look at this draft class, and I could be wrong, but I don't care. But this is my philosophy with it is, I think the caliber of corner is so much better at that spot than any other position outside of if one of those quarterbacks fall to you. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that conversation, and I'm not going to spice that one up till we get closer to the draft, but unless a Stroud, maybe even Levis. I know a lot of people hate that. I know JB hates that, but unless a Stroud, Young, or Levis are floating around that number 6 pick, obviously Carter, obviously Anderson, you go corner. The best corner on the board. In my opinion, the best corner on the board, just from the little bit of tape that I dove into so far, would be Devon Witherspoon, the guy out of Illinois, former teammate, and I could be mistaken, a roommate too, of a Kirby Joseph, but he's so elite in man coverage from what I've been able to watch. I think in man coverage reps, and I got this from PFF, I have to pull it back up actually, I think he's allowed 1 yard. 1 yard. Like that's just insane. He's super physical, and one of the reasons I think Amani fell short within the AG system is that it's predicated off that man coverage. I think that's where you saw Jerry Jacobs come back. It was night and day difference. Jerry can cover a man. Jeff HCotY can cover a man. I'm not telling you that they're great. I'm not telling you they're Sauce Gardner in man coverage, but they're a lot better than what Amani was. I think that's one of the reasons I don't like Killy Ringo. As I look at Killy Ringo, I think he's a zone guy. That's where and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Richard Sherman's one of the greatest cornerbacks of all time. Zone guy. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you have the debate between him and Darrelle Revis, because Darrelle Revis could do it all. I think
Darrelle Revis is the GOAT.
Darrelle Revis is the GOAT for sure.
And then Deion.
I didn't live to tell those stories, to be honest with you. But so I'm not going to argue that.
It's okay.
But
some of us were around.
You're younger than me. But no, I think Devon Witherspoon, you grab that corner off the board. And you rock with it. I mean, he's elite in man coverage. I have no issue with it whatsoever. You look at the Patrick Surtain, it was a top 10 pick. Look at J.C. Horn, it was a top 10 pick. The year before him, I don't remember what it was off the top of my head, but these cornerbacks have been getting taken. Oh my God, Sauce Gardner, another example. Yeah. These kids have been getting taken in the top 10 of the past couple of drafts.
Even why can't I remember his name? The guy that went to the Texans.
Oh, Stingley.
Yeah, Derek Stingley.
These kids that are going top 10 nowadays at the corner position, they're panning out. I mean, to the point, and this is one is a complete anomaly, but Sauce Gardner was an all-pro this year.
Yes.
An all-pro. That means the best at his position. That's insane.
First team
all-pro. It's just different. We're in a different era of cornerback, and I just feel like that's where I want to go. I want to grab the best version of that. Now, if you disagree that Devon Witherspoon isn't that guy, that's all right. Take Christian Gonzalez. Take a Joey Porter Jr. I haven't even dove into the tape with Joey Porter Jr., but the bloodline stuff, I'm falling in love with that storyline all day. J.C. Horn, dog, dad NFL player. Yeah. Joey Porter Jr., I can see him doing the same thing. Patrick Surtain, I just found out the other day. Yeah. His dad was an NFL player, a cornerback. Like, I'm all for it, the bloodline stuff. If you have any other name you want to swap there for that number 6 pick and grab a corner, I like majority of them.
What if a Miles Murphy is still there?
Miles Murphy. What's up, darkness?
I like Miles Murphy a lot. You know I like Miles Murphy a lot. So much I throw my laptop about
Jesus.
it.
Well, heck, it's just a suggestion.
The thing with Miles Murphy, he is an explosive freak. 6'5", 275 pounds. There's a rep of him grabbing I don't remember which school it was. Grabbed his left tackle spinny with his left arm and just drove him with one hand and still got the QB a hit. And like, he definitely a freak, but I didn't see it consistently enough to where I feel like he's a little bit more of like a raw package. I still love everything he has to offer, and I think that I say this every time. I feel like it's one of the things I say every show, but a lot of people are forgetting James Houston after next year is a free agent.
He gone.
So I have no issue with the Detroit Lions that they do want to invest into that edge, rusher position.
There's going to be a couple there. There's going to be a Miles Murphy. There's going to be a Tyree Wilson. Yeah. One of those two is definitely going to be there. Obviously, Will Anderson, but he's going to be gone by then. There's going to be a couple edges that the Lions will be able to choose from or look at if that's what they choose to do. But I agree with you, man. I think I would like to see them trade back and then get a corner, because I think you could, if you want to trade back, maybe somebody really wants a Miles Murphy. Maybe a Will Levis is still there at 6, and somebody wants that. You could trade back a couple spots and grab one of those same corners that'll still be there. That would be the dream scenario in my mind.
Yeah, for Payne dream scenarios, I mean, that you're right, because like I said, if it's not a Devin Witherspoon for you, if it's a Christian Gonzalez, if it's a whoever the hell else, within the top 5 corners off the board. Yeah, you're right. I think there's a ton of those guys available in this draft, and if you do trade back, they'd still have an opportunity to grab them. The other thing I'd say, too, about the Miles Murphy point, if I did want to take him, because you got me there. I do like Miles Murphy a lot. He also played a little bit of 3-tech like this past year, too. They had the same production of like Trayvon Walker, who did the both last year. So I'm just a little bit worried that he's a little bit more raw. But I think that is the dream scenario.
I like it raw.
Ooh, baby, I like it raw.
Yeah, baby, I like it raw.
Sound a little more sus when you said, I don't know.
That's how he says it.
That? Is that really?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a little...
What do you mean by that?
There's a little more like rough in his, a little scruff in his voice.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. What do you say? You gotta turn your own mic on, you big dumb idiot.
Big dumb idiot doesn't even turn his mic on.
Stupid guy doesn't even turn on his mic. I said it wasn't missing some soul.
It is missing some soul.
I didn't have the soul there. But there's a lot that's going on about what the Lions are going to do at 6. What does Mel Kiper have to say about what the Lions are going to do at 6?
Oh, yeah, that's what we're supposed to be talking about. Well, Mel Kiper actually has Detroit Lions selecting.
The big hair himself.
I know. Tyree Wilson, Texas Tech. The Lions finished the season with 8 wins in their final 10 games, but their explosive offense papered over massive holes on the right side of the ball. Jesus.
Me, easy, no read.
Yeah, thank you.
I can read if you
want
to.
They ranked last in the league in yards per play allowed, 6.2, and opposing QBR, 55.9. They had issues defending the run and pass. Wilson, the top true defensive end in this class, would help both. What? The true top defensive end in this class? That's crazy. He can use his burst at the... What?
Will Anderson's more of like an outside linebacker rusher than he is a defensive end.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, that makes sense. He can use his burst at the snap to beat offensive tackles on passing downs or use his 6'6" frame to hold up against the run. An edge rushing duo of Wilson and Aiden Hutchinson would be formidable, and with the surprise, rookie James Houston working in on obvious passing downs. Plus, if Detroit plays its cards right, it could use the number 18 pick on a cornerback. This is still a little too high to take one. Again, we just went over the fact that these guys go in the top 10 have been elite, so I don't understand. Anyway, and if you're curious about the quarterback position, General Manager Brad Holmes likely will take a close look at this class and weigh each passer against veteran Jared Goff, who had a stellar second half of the season. This pick is from the Matthew Stafford swap in the Rams in this scenario. Yeah, that's what he's talking about. They pick 18 at that point. So, yeah, number 6, Mel Kiper has Detroit Lions selecting Tyree Wilson.
I like Tyree Wilson. When we first did that, when we were first looking at who we think the Lions should draft there, I looked at Tyree Wilson. I was watching his tape, and the dude's a monster, man. Like he says, he is a big man. He is a very big man, and he is as effective in the run game as he is in the passing game. It's kind of like what Aiden Hutchinson was coming out, just not as polished.
Yeah.
Like Aiden Hutchinson was the obvious number 1 pick, shout out Jacksonville, and the Lions got him at 2. And this guy, Tyree Wilson, is very similar in his ability to play the run and the pass. I could see that happening because I think a pass rushing tandem of Aiden Hutchinson and Tyree Wilson being locked down for 5 years each in rookie contracts would be extremely appealing to a team that is looking for that, a team that might move on from a Romeo Okwara. Again, like you said, you only have James Houston for another year unless you're going to pay him some money.
Yeah.
And expecting him to continue the success he had last year, he's probably going to get a decent chunk of change. So if you do that, then you have your pass rushing combo cemented for a long time on rookie contracts, and you can focus more on the other parts of the draft. And of course, you could still move up from that 18 spot to get a Witherspoon or a Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Because you got 2 second-rounders. You can pop one of those in there to move up from 18, get a guy like Gonzalez or Witherspoon or Joey Porter Jr., whatever your flavor is there. I wouldn't mind Tyree Wilson there at all.
I that's one of the guys I haven't done too much homework on, to be honest with you, and I probably should. This guy's getting mocked to the Lions quite often. I'll probably do that tonight, actually. But do you feel, and JB, I mean, any of you guys feel free to answer this thing, but do you feel like a Tyree Wilson or Miles Murphy, they're better as defensive ends than Devon Witherspoon or Christian Gonzalez are as cornerbacks?
I think it's comparable. I think maybe not Miles Murphy because, like you said, he is a little bit raw, but I think Tyree Wilson is a very, very high caliber pass rusher. He's a very, very high caliber defensive player. And I don't know if that's per se how you want to do it because do you think the gap between a Tyree Wilson and an edge rusher or whoever you could get at 18, I think that gap is bigger than a Christian Gonzalez or a Devin Witherspoon and one of the different defensive backs you can get at 18. I think that gap is much smaller because, like we've talked about, the cornerback class being very deep, there being a lot of guys you can target.
Yeah.
So if you have the ability to get the number 1 defensive end, as Mel Kiper put it in the draft at 6, and then you can get the number 2 or 3 cornerback with your second pick, I think that gap is different. Like the edge rushers that are looking to go at 18 are not going to be on the same caliber as a Tyree Wilson or a Miles Murphy. But cornerbacks will be in a similar caliber.
So what if I
because I don't think 3 cornerbacks are going to go in the top 15.
I don't think you're incorrect in that at all. Like I think this cornerback class is phenomenal, just from like the little bit that I've been able to dip into. But what if we're like going position of need and you grab, because as much as you do have to re-sign James Houston after next year, I don't necessarily feel that edge is like a need. Like when we spoke needs, it was interior defensive line, cornerback, linebacker, and then possibly like maybe a guard. What if you went that route and you grabbed that corner number 6, and then you went position of need with a defensive tackle at 18?
I don't mind that at all, but also I don't think the Lions are quite in the position yet to just be drafting off position of need when there's a blatant gap in talent like that. Like, if you can get the best defensive end in the class, like I said, the best pass rusher is going to be Will Anderson, but he's more of an outside linebacker, doesn't really fit the Lions system as well as a true defensive end like Tyree Wilson would. And you need as many pass rushers as you can get.
Yeah.
And having a guy of that caliber locked for 5 years while you're still able to get one of the top 3 cornerbacks in the draft with your second first-round pick is appealing to me.
The only reason I bring that up, and we got to go to break here soon, but maybe we got Chris in there. I say we open up the phone lines. But the only reason I bring that up is, remember, I'm not a big Brise guy. I like Brise.
I agree with you on that. I wouldn't want Brise at 6.
Just not at 6. I think didn't Russell say it's too rich for his blood too? I feel like that's a guy that could be there at 18. And that's like obviously hypothetical that can't be guaranteed.
That'd be tough. You think there's only one? Because I can't see a defensive tackle getting drafted over him.
So this is weird. And I saw somebody in the Woodward Sports chat comment that Mel Kiper does his mock drafts based off like agents. He's like a for hire type of guy. At number 10, he has the Philadelphia Eagles drafting Kalijah Cansey, defensive tackle out of Pitt.
Really?
And you and I just did our top 5 pound-for-pound defensive tackles in the draft.
Yeah.
I don't think that name came up.
He was right off the list. It was between him and Mozzie Smith for me for 5.
I'm more of a Keanu Benton guy over him, but we have to go to break. We'll be right back, and maybe we'll open the phone line at point 2. But Spinny, if you didn't want to become a defensive tackle, you maybe want to stay in the linebacker shape. Where do you go?
You got to go to Planet Fitness, obviously, because Planet Fitness is the official studio sponsor of Woodward Sports. Also home to the Judgment Free Zone, where you can work out for just $10 a month or upgrade to the Black Card for unlimited guest privileges, hydro massage, and more. Join in club or go to planetfitness.com to check out what they got. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
The Monroe Street Midway has swapped out roller skating, basketball, and mini golf for a giant Arctic slide, winter bumper cars, an indoor arcade, and puck putt with free puck putt.
Sorry.
No, say it right.
Puck putt.
Yeah.
Puck putt.
Remember that. With free entry to the site.
Nice hoodie, dude.
Thanks, man. Enjoy a variety of new activities aimed at creating exceptional winter experiences for everyone. Get to the Midway this winter to enjoy tasty treats and make magical memories during the most wonderful time of the year. Those tasty treats include, but are not limited to, burgers, pierogi, homemade chili, chicken sandwiches, mac and cheese bites, plus gluten-free and vegan goodies so everyone has something to eat. And, of course, coming soon, the Woodward Sports Winter Olympics. You'll be able to compete against Darren McCarty, Braylon Edwards, Adam, Ryan Armani, Jeff Iafrady, the Woodward Heavyweights, and all the Woodward Sports family in Monroe Street Midway games. So make sure you go check out the Monroe Street Midway presented by Bedrock Detroit. Shout out. What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I am Spencer Raxter. He is Speak Easy. We got JB on the 1s and 2s, and Chris Platty in the TD. I just said that. JB in the TD booth, and Chris Platty's big dumbass on the 1s and 2s.
That's not nice.
We just got done talking a little bit about Mel Kiper's mock draft. Does it go to the 18th pick as well?
Yeah, it does.
Who do they got?
That defensive tackle though, but we were like, oh, he was in our top 5, and you mentioned the last underrated, undersized defensive tackle to come out of Pitt was pretty damn good. Maybe Lions look at him.
I'm not saying Aaron Donald went to Pitt. This guy's got to be good too, But Something to think about.
Some things correlate. I mean, shoot.
Who does Mel Kiper have the Lions taking at 18?
At number 18, he warms my heart a little bit.
Christian Gonzalez?
Christian Gonzalez.
Really?
Yeah. Christian Gonzalez at number 18. Remember what I mentioned earlier that the Lions have cornerback issues? Well, hopefully at least Lions fans were reading. Jeff Okudah flashed the talent that made him the number 3 overall pick in 2020. But he was still inconsistent, and there's no surefire starter on the other side of the field. Gonzalez was a lockdown defender at Colorado before transferring to Oregon last year, where he picked off 4 passes and improved every week. He's going to test really well at the Combine in March, too. This pick makes too much sense for Detroit defense not to take him. They badly need an infusion of young talent in the secondary.
I like it.
Yeah, you ain't going to get nothing. Hey, Mel, I like that one.
And that's what I'm saying.
I like that one.
And that's what I'm saying.
That.
Like, you can... The gap between those two positions is much higher. The gap between edge rushers from 6 to 18 is much bigger than the gap between cornerbacks from 6 to 18. If you can get Christian Gonzalez at 18, then you definitely want to take a Tyree Wilson or somebody at 6 rather than go cornerback there. So I don't know if Christian Gonzalez lasts that long, though.
That's the thing. It's just...
You got to think there's going to be one of those 3, Witherspoon, Porter, and Gonzalez.
At 18?
One of those 3 will be available at 18.
Witherspoon's not going to be there at 18.
I said one of those 3 will be available at 18.
Out of who?
Porter,
Okay.
Gonzalez, and Witherspoon.
I just got a little spinny goosebumps.
You got poop?
Little spinny goosebump.
That happens to me when I got to poop.
Yeah. Dog. The reason I was out yesterday?
Yeah.
Wow, that's too much information.
You're almost 30. You can't trust a fart.
I can't. This past week, no. I'm all in on Christian Gonzalez. If he's there at 18, I mean, I'm running the podium with that one.
Yeah.
That's not even a question for me. He's 6'3", 6'2". He's a bigger body guy. I think you're within a division that's going to start recruiting some wide receiver talent. I mean, obviously you have Christian Watson already in Green Bay. I'd love a big corner like that for Christian Gonzalez to cover him. Which, by the way, I'm pretty damn sure I saw Christian Watson make an appearance on some Christian Gonzalez tape. And Christian Gonzalez got the better of him.
Yeah.
If I could be mistaken. I have to run it back. But other than that, you have...
was it Battle of the Bisons? Colorado versus North Dakota State?
Battle of the Lightskins. Christian Gonzalez versus Christian Watson. Battle of the Christians. The Crusades, if you will.
Wow, that's true. They're both Buffalo mascots. They're both light-skinned. They're both named Christian.
Let's take them. Second round.
All right.
If he's there. Anyway, what was I say? Oh, the bigger bodied corner, because I feel like this division is going to get an influx of that type of like wide receiver talent. You know what I'm saying? Because you already had the trade made last year to bring Mapletron over in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
You have the Christian Gonzalez being drafted, and Romeo Dobbs not a small dude either. What?
Mapletron,
that was his nickname for me.
Yeah, that's it.
I also forgot his name.
It's
so
disrespectful though.
I know. What's his name?
For the Bears?
Yeah. Exactly.
I can't even remember.
That's why you got.
All I know is he announced the replacement of his draft.
They gave up a second-round pick for him.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Why can't I remember Claypool? Chase Claypool.
Yeah, Chase Claypool. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Justin Jefferson, obviously bigger body guy. Not to be honest with you guys, I'm not expecting anybody to. I don't know, dude. Could actually, the first outing, like when healthy, had a great outing against Justin Jefferson.
Oh yeah, he did.
But I think
DK Metcalf didn't think so.
DK Metcalf didn't think so. But again, that bigger body wide receiver, you get a Christian Gonzalez, you're automatically, I'm not saying locking him up, but you're competing with him.
Yeah, he's going to fight for every ball. He's going to be a guy that goes after 50-50 balls. He's going to be a guy that can play like when our guy Russ broke it down talking about him, how Kelly Ringo kind of struggles in the verticality aspect, but he's good sideline to sideline. Christian Gonzalez does not struggle in getting vertical, does not struggle in those deep shots. And that, like you said, you're going to need that, especially in this division, going up against a Justin Jefferson twice a year, going up against a Christian Watson twice a year, and you got to think the Bears are going to get somebody. You got to think the Bears are going to get they're going to get a couple receivers.
You have to.
So whoever they get, whether it be DeAndre Hopkins, I've seen Michael Pittman being traded to them for that pick. So we'll see, but you're going to need a big corner that can cover those guys deep down the field when you're playing all of them twice a year. And a guy like Christian Gonzalez can help you out infinitely in doing just that.
I'm looking at some other names too.
So I like that draft by Mel, not gonna lie.
Yeah, honestly, and usually like with Mel drafts do seem kind of like Cat, you know, like whoever commented that he's a draft expert for hire. Like I'd buy into that because sometimes.
Where does he have Jalen Carter going?
Let's see. old-fashioned paperwork as a mad show, probably. Jalen Carter is number 1 to the Bears. Wow. Now I just don't know. Maybe he just did this thing without incorporating any type of trades.
Yeah, he must have not done any trades.
I got to be honest with you. All right, let me read. I'm gonna read the Jalen Carter thing. I thought long and hard about the trade here with the Colts, Raiders, and Panthers as top candidates to move up for quarterback. And if I'm Chicago, general manager Ryan Poles, and I can move down a few spots, add premium picks, and still get my choice of best defender prospects, I'd make a deal. It takes 2 teams to make a trade, however, and that's never a guarantee. For now, let's just stick with the Bears keeping this pick. Chicago's roster needs help from top to bottom, but its defense was particularly dreadful in 2022, ranking last in the league in sacks and points allowed per game. It has to be D. All the way for wherever the Bears make their selection. Carter, an explosive interior pass rusher and run stuffer, gets the nod over Alabama edge rusher Will Anderson Jr. on my big board. He's the best player in this draft, a day 1 starter in the middle of this defense. That's all I had to say. For me, again, as like a positional value argument, if you're taking a defensive tackle over an edge rusher, and not just any edge rusher, an edge rusher has the pedigree of Will Anderson Jr., you got to give me more than that.
Yeah, it's got to be a better explanation. He's the best in the draft.
Yeah, you got to give me more than that.
He's a day 1 starter.
Will Anderson's supposed to be him.
Yeah.
Like Will Anderson, they were saying he could have won last year and this year.
Yeah.
Give me more than that, guy. Come on, man. Number 2 is C.J. Stroud. 3 is Will Anderson, the Cardinals. That's what I'm saying. Like if the Lions had to move up, it's 3.
Yeah.
With the Cardinals, but it depends on what we got to do to get there. Colts are taking Bryce Young at 4. Will Levis at 5 to the Seahawks. And then 6 Lions with Tyree Wilson. I'm just trying to say what type of names snuck past the Lions after that 6th pick. Myles Murphy would be 1. And these names are 2. Mel. He'll bring out the Kaija Cansey's for you.
Kaija Cansey from North Dakota State Central University.
Yeah.
It's tough for me to say the Lions trade. I would hate for the Bears to pick Jalen Carter because I don't want to see that guy twice a year.
Him or Anderson.
Yeah.
Like I hope whoever moves up to 1 is like,
screw you guys. Yeah, we're taking the defense.
Yeah, or at least like from pick 8 back. You know what I'm saying? Where I know the Bears are safe from acquiring a Jalen Carter or a Will Anderson Jr. I do not want to see them in the Chicago Bears uniform. Of all uniforms, this show. I know we got the FTP in the chat. We need a FTB. Fuck the Bears.
Yeah.
Till the day I die. If it's snowing that bad and I crash on the way here, 1, I want my 3-on-3 tournament. Don't forget that.
I got you.
All right. 2, I just know I'm thinking fuck the Bears. My last breath.
I might die on the way home.
No, it doesn't count if you do it on purpose.
No, I'm not. I mean,
just kidding.
Don't do it.
But no, I got front wheel drive. I might die on the way home.
It's me in the hoodie. I'm looking fresh to death. I might as well look fly on the way out.
So at least I'm gonna look good in the casket. You know what I'm saying?
I'm taking that fresh to death, literally.
I'll drive you home. I thought your car's straight. You got one of those
Yeah, it doesn't have 4-wheel drive though.
No, all-wheel drive.
No.
Oh, I got you.
It's got front-wheel drive.
Bro, I got you.
No, I'm good. I'm whipping that boy.
We be my shit. Arguing again.
I'm be skirting
last
around
Friday.
Minutes. Yeah, we were.
You don't respect me as a man.
Yeah, it got sweaty in there. Windows were fogging up. Easier swerving off the road. Shit.
Tell us about Foley.
I will, because the Foaling Warehouse is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play and private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they got a $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at FoalingWarehouse.com.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
As chilly weather approaches, Big Boy's got the perfect comfort meals for you. Try our hearty classic meatloaf or our creamy Cajun chicken Alfredo. These will be sure to leave you craving for more. How about breakfast? Our stuffed potato pancakes are back with our lumberjack, blockbuster, and Santa Fe Garden. These potato pancakes will definitely fill you up. Whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, come stock up on the perfect comfort meal today. We'll see you soon at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the 3 biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and Oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit customhealthcenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Lee again.
Hello, Lee. How's it going,
what
bud?
up, everybody? Welcome back to the Woodward Sports Network. Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Spencer Axter. He is Speak Easy. We got Chris Platty in the TD booth.
No, we don't. No, we don't. The hell we don't. Cut to me, JB. The hell we don't.
Don't do it, JB.
Yeah. Look at my location.
We got JB in the TD
Wow.
booth and Chris Platty on the ones and twos. We appreciate you for joining us. We
Shout
just
out.
got done talking about whether I'm going to die or not on the way home, and I'm saying it's like 60-40. So we're feeling good. But
Lamar.
Javar and Lamar. Have you seen the Key and Peele skit?
Yeah.
Javar, Lamar. What do you think about this? It's back in circulation. They actually used our graphic.
It did.
Who's it? Pick a Side, I think is the podcast.
Pick a Side, yeah.
They're good. I like their stuff. I like their stuff. I see them
It's the first time I checked them out.
I see them on Instagram Reels all the time. It's not just Family Guy stuff.
Yeah.
I see them on Instagram Reels.
A
all
lot
the
of
time.
Family Guy stuff.
It is a lot of Family Guy stuff.
Lots of Family Guy stuff.
Their producer or one of their co-hosts said the Lions should make a push for Lamar Jackson as quarterback.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson, the guy who's looking for a Deshaun Watson contract, fully guaranteed, a lot of money. Lamar Jackson, the guy who's coming off an injury.
Yep.
Lamar Jackson, the guy who plays a very scary form of quarterback, but also Lamar Jackson, the former MVP. Lamar Jackson, one of the most dynamic talents at the quarterback position in the NFL. Easy. How do you feel about Lamar Jackson in the Honolulu blue and silver?
Same way I felt when we first had this conversation. I was the party pooper. And I'm still going to be the party pooper because I go off numbers. I go off stats. I go off facts. If you're giving Lamar Jackson that type of deal, you're just not winning a Super Bowl. I mean, look at the conference championship games this week. How many of those guys are on rookie contracts?
Three
of them. The one guy is not. It's a generational talent. Now, Lamar is a generational talent, I guess, yeah. Is he a generational talent to caliber of Patrick Mahomes? No. I'm not. I'm just not a fan of paying any position, including quarterback, that much damn money. I just don't think that's how you win Super Bowls. And I'm sorry, as a Detroit Lions fan, for the people who love to have this 9-8 season, which I was a big fan of it too. Trust me, I love to see this team win. But I would love even more to see this team win a Super Bowl. If I'm a general manager, if I'm putting on that hat and not this Pistons one, this dope-ass Pistons one, check out WoodwardHeavyweights.com. No, I'm just kidding. We don't have that. We don't have that website. We'll get it to
Damn.
But if I'm putting on my GM cap, I'm just not spending that money. On top of the fact to acquire Lamar Jackson, whether it's based off the franchise tag, whether it's based off you just picking up the phone and making the trade yourself.
Pick up the phone, babe.
You're giving up assets to do it. You're giving up bullets that belong in the chamber of a Brad Holmes.
Yeah.
The same guy who's got you James Houston in the 6th round. The same guy got you Kirby Joseph. I mean, I just don't want to take away draft picks from that guy when I know that he's hitting on every single one of them. Like, why would I give him less opportunity to find maybe another even Lamar? Yeah. Lamar was a 32nd overall pick in the draft. You guys know I'm not opposed to taking a quarterback.
I mean, Lamar also won the Heisman.
Or 31st or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Like he was bad.
But, I mean, Deshaun Watson, though, another Heisman guy, went later in the draft. Like, I don't want to take any ammunition out of Brad Holmes' gun. I get the excitement that comes with Lamar Jackson. I get the facts that come with him, too. I mean, like you said, former MVP. I don't think he's ever missed the playoffs outside of this year when he actually got hurt.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. But as a Detroit Lions fan, give the GM cap on,
no. Nah. Pass. I'm with you on that. I think you made a great point. I'm also not in the boat of paying anybody $50 million a year.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to strap my team that hard. You look at what happened with Russell Wilson. You look at what's happening with Aaron Rodgers. Patrick Mahomes is a different talent. Patrick Mahomes with Andy Reid and Travis Kelce is a different situation. As much as I love Dan Campbell, the Lions don't have an Andy Reid. And they definitely don't have a Travis Kelce, who's always open. But Lamar Jackson is not a Patrick Mahomes, flat out. Patrick Mahomes is arguably, people are already calling him one of the greatest quarterback talents in the history of the NFL. I'm not there with Lamar. First of all, like I said, I'm not in the boat of paying somebody $50 million a year. And second of all, what you said, I'm not willing to give up picks to do it. I'm not willing to give up picks and then strap yourself on a team that still has a lot of holes, on a team that still has a lot of places they need to fill, on a team that still has multiple positions on defense they need to get starters in. I think they need another running back. I think they need another wide receiver if they choose to let DJ Chark walk. And trading, the guy in the video said, yeah, we got 2 first-round picks to give you this year. No, I'm not giving up both of those first-round picks this year for Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, does he make the Lions a better team? Yes, probably. Lamar Jackson, does he help the Lions make the playoffs this year? Yes, probably. But if you have Lamar Jackson on this team, they're still not beating the 49ers. If you have Lamar Jackson on this team, they're probably the Eagles are different. They're definitely not beating the 49ers.
They might be the 49ers.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, odds are in their favor. Yeah.
Odds are not in their favor. I don't think he single-handedly helps them beat the 49ers.
I'm with you.
Because there are still holes, a lot of holes that you need to fill on defense, and I would not be willing to, let alone pay a guy that much money, allocate that much of my cap and resources into it, but trade picks to do it.
Yeah.
You're trading picks to a team to lock up your salary cap for 8 years or however long it is. And that's not something I'm in the business of. I don't think that's something Brad Holmes is in the business of. Brad Holmes has shown us that he is about finding talent late in the draft, finding guys that are projects that can come in here and help fix the team for cheap money. Not going out and spending, $250 million guaranteed on a quarterback.
Yeah.
It's not something he's going to do.
If this is the move presented to the Detroit Lions, maybe next year after they acquired like these 2 first-round picks this year and the roster's a little bit more patched up, maybe, because then we're that much closer. And then again, we look at these deals at $50 million per year, but in all actuality, it's not the way it works. I mean, even Josh Allen this year was technically getting only paid $19 million on the cap hit.
Yeah,
so
next year though.
Yeah, next year
45, I think.
Going up.
Yeah.
By the way, their GM hit the podium today with a lot of excuses.
Yeah.
A lot of excuses.
Price of a brick going up.
You hear him like, yeah, well, they got a quarterback on a rookie deal, and they had a couple lean years where they could afford a Jamar Chase, and I don't ever want to suck bad enough to be a Jamar Chase.
The Bills GM said that?
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'll pass up on DK Metcalf, freaking whoever.
He's got
the hell.
Steph Diggs and a quarterback on a rookie deal.
Yeah, I know.
It's not our fault you didn't get him a running back.
Look, that was just I respect the Bills GM. That's a piss poor sorry ass press conference to have there, buddy. You should never just be sitting there talking about what the team that whooped your ass has and what you don't. Mm-hmm. You should just be talking about what you plan on doing to fix that in the future.
How you need to get better.
Yeah, come on, bub. But I'm just not cool with paying him that much money. And again, we're going to the playoffs. Jalen Hurts, rookie deal. Brock Purdy, rookie deal. If you want to expand that quarterback listing, because they have the Trey Lance rookie deal and then Jimmy G on a $10 million deal, sure, still discount deals. You have Kirk Cousins, who was a big deal. Tom Brady, he was on a little bit of cap pit wise. I think it was $11 million this year. It was on the lower end. Dak hit his 5th year, same way that Josh Allen did before his contract goes all the way up next year. Seattle Seahawks weren't paying Geno Smith nothing. Miami Dolphins, cheap deal. Baltimore Ravens, Lamar technically was on his rookie deal. That's why he's having the contract situation right now. Justin Herbert, rookie deal. Trevor Lawrence, rookie deal. Joe Burrow, rookie deal. I don't need to pay a guy $50 million. Mm-hmm. You don't need to pay a quarterback $50 million to win in this league. And reality is, look at the history, you don't win paying your quarterback $50 million. I don't think the highest paid quarterback, I actually know for a fact the highest paid quarterback's never won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's just not how it works. Football is a team game. Newsflash, as much as everybody wants to give Tom Brady all these, he's the GOAT, unequivocally the GOAT. But this is a team game. I mean, there's Vinatieri, the defense. I mean, everything's contributed to him.
You need a complete
rings.
roster to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
you look at the Kansas City Chiefs from a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes, arguably the best quarterback in football. Tyreek Hill, one of the best wide receivers in football. Travis Kelce, the best tight end in football. Chris Jones. They had a solid defense.
Frank Clark had a year.
But they had no offensive line, and they got exposed by that Tampa Bay pass rush. Patrick Mahomes, his $50 million ass was running for his life.
Yeah.
Because they had no offensive line. And that's kind of a circumstance. I don't even think I'm not saying it's because Patrick Mahomes got paid, but that is a situation you'll find yourself in when you allocate so much money, is you're you need a Brad Holmes in that situation to make sure these 6th-round picks are studs, that these guys are coming in, churning out every 3 years, and then they go because you can't afford to re-sign them.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have the flexibility to be able to do what I need. And right now, if I was the 49ers and I was in the Lions situation, I'd say, yeah, do it. Because the Lions have a complete team, or the 49ers have a complete team.
Yeah.
And they are one piece away, which would be that quarterback spot. So if you're telling me I can get Lamar Jackson and still have all that, yes. But the Lions are not there yet. The Lions are not a quarterback away. The Lions are multiple pieces on defense away from being a contender in the playoffs, let alone being at that hump yet. So, no, I'm not doing it. You can't do it.
Terrence Wiseman. Patrick Mahomes is the highest paid QB, and he's got Super Bowl easy. What the are you talking about? Terrence Wiseman. Patrick Mahomes won that Super Bowl while on his rookie deal.
Yeah.
Come on. What are we doing, Bubba? What are we doing?
He won it before he got paid.
Yes. Please. I'm with you, though. Again, and this is why I think is going to happen, how it's going to go down, unless somebody does make a trade for him. Because I think the Ravens GM had a press conference like the Bills one did this week, and he said he wanted to bring back Lamar. So if they don't get a deal done for him, I'm assuming he gets put on a franchise tag, and he either plays on the franchise tag or he gets traded. But if it is franchise tag, he plays on it the next year.
Yeah.
The Detroit Lions will have this draft where they feel that 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and the roster is getting close to that 49ers roster you're speaking of. Then I'll talk Lamar Jackson.
And Sal Abdullah in the Woodward Sports Chat, the 49ers will hurt their offense bringing in Lamar. The system isn't built for that type of quarterback. I wasn't saying that's going to happen. I was using them as an example of a complete roster that needs a quarterback. So if the Lions had a complete roster like the 49ers and were just a quarterback away, that's when you make the move. But they don't have that yet. They don't have the complete roster. So it's not, you can't allocate that much money and that much draft capital, that many draft assets to go after a guy like that when you don't have the team built around him just yet. Is it getting there? Yes. Is the offense basically there? Yes. But the defense is still pretty far away. Defense wins championships.
Josh Allen, you look at his situation right now, and I would agree that he's missing a run game. And I think someone commented offensive line. I don't know how I feel certain about that one, but maybe his mobility makes it seem like he doesn't need an offensive line yet. But I agree that he needs a run game. Let us get that long-term running back, because right now we don't. Jamal's a free agent this year. DeAndre Swift's on his contract year next year.
Deal, yeah.
Let the Detroit Lions draft a long-term running back this year. Let them draft a couple more defensive pieces, and then I'll flirt with grabbing Lamar Jackson after a franchise tag year, because they'll be that much closer.
Yes.
But until then, I'm good. It just doesn't make any sense.
I'm not giving up assets to take him. You cannot.
Yeah.
You cannot
You're not in the position
tell me that the Lions, how their roster is built right now, it would be a good decision for them to give up the amount of draft capital it would take to give a Lamar Jackson, which would be multiple first-round picks, and then sign him to a $50 million a year deal is a good idea.
Yeah.
You cannot convince me of that.
It's just not good business if you're trying to win Super Bowls. If you're trying to sell some tickets, sure, sign the dying body of Tom Brady next year.
That was crazy too. I saw Tom Brady should go to Detroit. No, we don't want Tom Brady.
Yeah, we're good on that.
I love Tom Brady. He's the GOAT.
Yeah.
He is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, football players of all time. But no, sorry, Tom. We don't want you in Detroit. No. No.
Would you need some SMA if
I would need some SMA. If I heard people actually saying Tom Brady to Detroit was a good idea, I'd need somebody to talk to. And luckily we have that in the Sports Marketing Agency. The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. If you or someone you know is struggling, head to thesportsma.com and get the help you deserve.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Downtown Detroit's all decked out with the return of the Cadillac Lodge in Monroe Street Midway. The Midway has a giant slide with bumper cars and an indoor arcade, plus you got drinks at the lodge before or after games. Shop, eat, and play downtown all winter long with DeckedOutDetroit.com.
What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Spencer Raxter. He is the one and only Speak Easy. We got JB in the TD booth and Chris Platty on the ones and twos. We just got done talking about the ridiculous rumors about Lamar Jackson going to Detroit and how we both think that would be a bad idea at this point for the Detroit Lions and their rebuild, which is what they're in. It's still a rebuild. I understand they had success, but they're still building that defense up.
Yeah.
But there is somebody out there, excuse me, that would be a lot cheaper than Lamar Jackson. That would be on a rookie deal still. That would not cost... Would he even cost a first-round pick at this point?
This is a guy.
You're looking at a guy. This is a guy Eazy was very high on. A guy Eazy studied a lot. A guy Eazy thought would take the 49ers to the Super Bowl this year. And that is a guy named Trey Lance. Obviously, with the emergence of Brock Purdy, people are questioning Trey Lance's future. Although I do think Trey Lance would be the starter next year if he was healthy.
I think so too, yeah.
Would you call John Lynch and see what it would take to get a Trey Lance? Because that would be a situation where, again, it would not cost nearly as much to move a Trey Lance as it would to move Lamar Jackson. That is a guy that could sit behind Goff for a year, possibly 2 years, be ready to go once ahead. That is a guy who has the skill set that you're looking for in a quarterback nowadays, the ability to move around the pocket, the ability to throw balls down the field, keep his eyes down the field while moving around and making improvisational plays. That is something that Brad Holmes has spoken on. There's a lot of merit behind that, sitting a quarterback behind a guy like Jared Goff and then bringing him into the fold when he's ready. Obviously, if Trey Lance was brought over, he would not be the starter next year. But would you do that? Would you spin the tires on old John Lynch and the 49ers to see what Trey Lance would cost?
In a perfect world, yes, I would, just because of everything you mentioned. I think you're looking at a discounted trade at that point, and you still get up assets ultimately, to pull the trigger at the end of the day. But it's less assets than you deal with the Lamar situation, and it's not an asset that you have to re-sign to possibly a record-setting contract afterward. Trey Lance, I'm looking right now, he has 2 more years left in his deal before he's up for a 5th-year option. Cap hit next year is $9 million. Following that, it'd be $10 million. That's nothing. That's 4% of your cap, your salary cap. I just don't think it's a reality. Is my only thing.
No, I don't think so either.
And I couldn't even come up with a trade package for him just because of how much the 49ers gave up to move up and grab a Trey Lance. They gave up, 3 first-rounders to move up to that number 3 spot to draft Trey Lance. So I'm sure they're not just letting him go for a 3rd-round pick, in which I think is, truly, I don't know, what do you, outside of, what they gave up for him, what do you think his value is, Trap, as a player?
Right now, his value is at an all-time low.
Yeah.
Because the 49ers don't need him. You know that he's coming off of an injury, and when he played, he didn't look great, albeit he was playing in a monsoon. Those were terrible conditions.
Yeah.
Especially for a guy making the first start of his NFL career. I think you could get him for a 2nd-round pick. I really do.
Just straight up.
Just straight up. And you got 2 of them.
Yeah. I'm trying to look up now, too, because it's oddly enough, same franchise was dealing with the situation. It was the 49ers, and they traded for Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm just trying to see what they gave up for Jimmy G to get him from the Patriots. Chris, did you just have your hand up just now? Or
yeah.
What were you say?
Yeah, I think with this, it's just I don't want to do it because, one, you lost time with him already being in the league now 2 seasons, and you would want your quarterback you're grooming under Jared Goff to kind of be in the system as long as possible. So there's that part of it. If it really is only a second round pick, like Spencer says, I consider it a lot more. But I'm also just not in the business of, you were a couple plays away from being in the playoffs this year, and when you're in the playoffs, anything can happen. If you streak at the right time, everything can go your way, and you can be in the Super Bowl. And you're giving the 49ers, a team that is at the top of your conference, additional assets, and that just doesn't sit well with me. So I wouldn't do it for those particular reasons.
That is a point. I won't say it's a good point, but that is a point that I don't.
Thank you.
I'll
take that.
I don't really fall into that rhetoric of don't trade in the division, don't trade in the conference. I'm doing everything I can do in my power to make my team better.
Yeah.
And if that's trading with the Minnesota Vikings and moving up and getting a Jameson Williams or getting rid of a TJ Hutchinson, I'm fine with that. As long as you're making your team better, I don't care about the other teams, because how I'm building my team, I'm going to beat them anyways.
Yeah.
That's my thought process on
that. If the value is truly only a second round pick,
I don't think it would be.
Yeah, you're right, because you got to factor in like how much they get. I don't think they. And again, in all reality, I don't think he's on the market. I know a couple reports popped up that Brock Purdy may be mentioned to be the starter. Start season next year. I don't believe
if Trey Lance is healthy, I believe he's going to be the starter.
I'm not 100%. I'm with you, because I don't believe that Brock Purdy will be competing for the starting job, I guess is the way I'd put it. But even like within like last week, he was asked, Kyle Shanahan, I mean, he was asked, when Jimmy G would be ready to possibly start a playoff or Super Bowl.
Yeah,
like you're not flirting with starting him over Brock Purdy, who's gotten you there. If you're not.
If you're in love with Brock Purdy.
Yeah, exactly. He's the surefire guy.
Yeah.
And you can't, like, you leave egg on your face if you gave up that many assets for Trey Lance to ultimately only play, like, three games for you.
Yeah.
And then in terms of, like, he's not going to start for you next year. Trey Lance wouldn't be. It would be Jared Goff. And I think you would want him underneath the system of Ben Johnson. I think whoever takes over for Ben Johnson after he leaves to become a head coach is dealing with similar schemes and gimmicks, because Dan Campbell's going to want the things that worked for them when they were successful. But value-wise, I mean, I'm doing it. Even just as a backup quarterback, Trey Lance is so much more of an upgrade over everything else. And I'm completely biased as too. I'll admit to you guys that I'm a big Trey Lance fan.
You are.
I'm a stan, if you will. Just another light-skinned fella I try to make in the world. You know what I'm saying? But I like the dynamic that he brings as a dual threat quarterback. I like the fact that obviously he's on that rookie deal. I know a lot of people scoff at that. I don't understand. I still don't understand how or why people can scoff at a guy sitting for a year or two when it's just, as Brad Holmes told you, the proof is in the pudding.
There's a lot of merit behind it.
There's so much merit behind it at this point. I think that's really a move that could propel you to like a Super Bowl conversation. Yeah,
Trey Lance,
if he's what he's supposed to be. Yeah, I mean, look at Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch.
Look at your man. Now look at me.
I respect their evaluation of player personnel. I respect their evaluation of talent. If they felt that Trey Lance was worth giving up all that they gave up to move to have opportunity to take him, I think he is at least something for you. And if not that, like you got him on that deal, it's gonna again look at the deals in the conference championship this year at the quarterback position, rookie deals.
Yeah, Epic in the Woodward Sports Chat says love Trey Lance. Hates Jaden Ivey. Crazy.
I don't hate Jaden.
Yeah, you do. But there is a lot, obviously, to think about. I don't think the Lions would do it. I don't think Trey Lance is even for sale for a price that would make it worth it. Because, like I said, I agree with you that I think he will be the starter next year if he is healthy. And I don't think it's something the Lions would be doing, giving up a first-round pick. You can't do that. So Trey Lance would be nice. It's nice to talk about, but I don't think it's realistic.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
No, I'm with you. I don't think it's all in reality. It's just something I saw trending during when I trade for Brock Purdy. Yeah. You do get two more extra years in that deal. No, I think Kyle Shanahan is
a 7th-round pick for Brock Purdy.
Yeah. I look at coaches a lot more. Somebody asked this, and I don't know if it was in one of our live streams or somebody asked me on Twitter, but they were like, why is it so hard to get the quarterback evaluation right when teams are drafting quarterbacks? And I don't know if you remember, I kind of hinted to this last week when I said coaches. Actually, beginning this week.
Schemes matter.
Schemes, right? Like you could make a guy look a lot better than he is within a certain scheme, but if he's asked to do something else elsewhere, or someone who's not as potent with that scheme or system.
And like NFL GMs and NFL teams get it wrong on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Like you look at Matt Flynn got paid off one game and then never played again.
Facts.
Got outstarted by Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson won a Super Bowl in Seattle.
Yeah.
We let Russ cook in Seattle. 1 year in Denver. We're
Fell
like, what the
apart.
fuck is
Fell
this?
off a cliff.
Yeah. So I think the reason why the quarterback evaluation is just so hard to hit on is scheme. And I think why people think Brock Purdy's better than he is because of scheme. So I don't think Brock Purdy would be. We already had that conversation.
Yeah, he did.
You think Brock Purdy come here and be cold?
I think Ben Johnson can make him be
we do have Ben
equal
Johnson.
to what Kyle
You're
Shanahan has made him. Yeah.
God.
Like I said, it's not like Brock Purdy's going out there and throw for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He's around 220 and a touchdown. He just doesn't turn the ball over.
And that's part of why I want to stash a quarterback now is you lose Ben Johnson. I can't guarantee you're getting this version of Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm guaranteeing you're not getting this version of Jared Goff if you lose Ben Johnson. That's why I kind of want somebody with a little extra oomph, you know?
Yeah.
Something else to fall on.
The talent helps. Talent helps the scheme for sure.
Yeah. I mean, even as much as I respect Andy Reid and think he's one of the better coaches in my lifetime, the throws before Patrick Mahomes was getting hurt last weekend, you're not coaching that dude.
No.
The way he just jumped up was 40 yards
the
down
way
the
he
field.
run, throw it across his body 50 yards off his back foot, just on a dot.
You're not coaching.
Yeah, Andy Reid's like, I drew that one up.
Exactly. You know, that's not a system play. That guy has just got it.
All right, I want you to spin out to the left and then spin back around to the right. Right before you get to the line of scrimmage, fall back, throw it 30 yards down the field to Travis Kelce.
Lateral.
Yeah, completely lateral to the field and throw a dot that gets dropped. I can't believe he dropped that ball.
Dude is insane.
Patrick Mahomes is something else, man.
He is.
You talk about making every throw. That guy can make every. He makes throws that don't even exist.
You think he'd be healthy enough to beat Joey B this weekend? I know.
I think the Bengals win the Super Bowl.
And then guess what?
I even think if he was healthy, they still wouldn't win.
I'm going to fucking make a 12% shirt.
Yeah.
It's going to be on easywasright.com.
Yeah.
And you all suck my dick when it happens.
I think they already beat him once this year.
3 times in the
Patrick
past 2
Mahomes
years.
has not beat Joe Burrow.
Hey, let me get this straight, too. I want to get this out of the way, too. Because it's reaching a point where people are saying Burrow's better than Mahomes. And I'll put him in the same tier. I have no issue putting him in the same tier.
He wins, he's better.
No.
Yes.
Look at the receiving core. It's just come on.
It's fair, but still.
He's T. Higgins, questionably a number 1 receiver.
Yeah.
And then he's cold. Then you have Jamar Chase, who's possibly the number 1 receiver in the entire fucking league. And then Tyler Boyd after that. Come on. And then Joe Mixon. Come on. He's got a lot more to work with. He's cold. He's nice.
Patrick Mahomes had Tyreek Hill for a while on top of Travis Kelce.
Without Tyreek Hill?
The best tight end of all time.
Okay. Subtract Tyreek Hill, number 1 seed in the AFC.
He's still doing very well.
Because he
still can't beat Joe Burrow, with or without Tyreek Hill.
That's fair. But I don't make Joe Burrow better, in my opinion.
We'll see.
We go see.
I like Joe Burrow a lot. But yeah, Patrick Mahomes is better talent, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But you're 0-4 against Joe Burrow. I'm going to say Joe Burrow's better
What do you mean, dude? It's a team game.
I know, but still.
The Bengals got a better overall team.
Chiefs have a much better offensive line.
Yeah.
Than the Bills.
And tight end. That's it.
And apparently quarterback, too. And head coach.
Zach Taylor's a good head coach.
Zach Taylor's good, but he's not Andy Reid good.
I think there's definitely some more pedigree there to put him over. That's why I'm with Joe Burrow, too. A lot more pedigree needed to put him over Mahomes in my... Dude.
He just needs a Super Bowl.
A lot more. This is what? His 5th year in the AFC?
Yeah, if he's 4-0 against Patrick Mahomes and wins the Super Bowl this year.
Tell us about Lady Jane's.
I will. Because come into Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience. Register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment on your dream home up to $200,000. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. No appointment necessary. Because at Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Hello.
2 shots.
And welcome back to my neighborhood. How you doing, neighbor? What up, everybody? Welcome back to WoodwardSports.com. You're watching the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm Spencer Axter. He is Speak Easy. We got Chris Platty in his rightful box and JB on the 1s and 2s. We just got done talking about Trey Lance and what's going on between Joe Burrow and Patty Mahomes. We were talking about a lot of trades.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson, Trey Lance, trading up in the draft to get Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
Different things going on, but a team that has been in more trade talks than the Lions.
Who that?
The Detroit Pistons.
The Detroit Pistons.
Detroit. It is Detroit, and it is Greshois. You're saying it wrong. I'm saying this because Victor Wembanyama will be here soon. But the Pistons have some assets that they're looking to trade. Obviously, this season is a complete wash. Cade Cunningham has been out with his shin splint surgery that he's hopefully recovering from. Hopefully listen to Heavyweights while he recovers. Eat some nice vegan goodies. Cade, I love you. Please come back. We need you. But the Detroit Pistons are kind of a wash this season. They have one of the worst records in the NBA. They're playing terrible basketball. And they have some expendable assets on their roster. Mm-hmm. One of those, most importantly, being Bojan Bogdanović. 4-4 Bogdanović. Keep that thing strapped on me.
Bogdanović.
What do you want to see Bogdanović do? I wrote down a couple trades here.
Okay.
And I want to hear your takes on them. First things first, one that has been thrown around with the Phoenix Suns. Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder, and a second-round pick for Bojan Bogdanović. You got to think you can flip Jay Crowder into another first.
Done.
So it'll end up being Cam Johnson, a protected first, and a second-round pick.
Yes.
You would do that for Bojan Bogdanović.
Trey resigns Cam Johnson, yes.
Chris, how do you feel?
That's the thing. It's a Crowder thing. Yeah. If they would have been able to get a first for Crowder, they would have done it already. I don't think the market for Crowder is that hot.
I also think they're competing.
You have to really look at what they could realistically get for Crowder, and I think Crowder at this point is getting you something closer to Rui Hachimura or even less, because this dude hasn't played any basketball yet this year. Yes, he's a good player. He's way better than Rui Hachimura, but the Suns have had a lot of trouble finding a trade partner for him, obviously. So while he is an asset that people want, if Detroit gets him and they can't find a second home for him, they might have to just straight up buy the guy out.
Yeah.
And then you talk about Cam Johnson, a player who you could just sign yourself in the offseason with cap space, and a second-round pick for Bojan Bogdanović. I like Cam Johnson. I was on the train with you to do that trade, but now that I think about it, maybe you can rework Bojan elsewhere and get additional assets and then just sign Cam Johnson in the offseason, because the Suns, they're capped out. I don't think they really want to pay Cam Johnson, because they would have done it by now, in my opinion.
I feel that. All right, you guys don't like that one. I got another one.
Okay.
Bojan Bogdanović and Nerlens Noel as a package to the Dallas Mavericks for Dorian Finney-Smith and a first-round pick. Easy, how do you feel about that? What do you mean by that?
No.
No?
I'm not as much of a fan of that one.
Why?
Why? I'm not the biggest Dorian Finney-Smith fan. I feel like he's like
he's a 3-and-D guy.
He's like a 4 that wants to be a 3, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like he's not consistently enough. I know.
Wings win rings.
Wings do win your rings. But,
win wings.
But like a Dorian Finney-Smith, he don't fit the bill. And any first-round pick that's coming out of Dallas is like a second-round pick, really.
Okay.
IMO.
That's fair.
In my opinion.
Chris?
I wouldn't do it, Also, I've heard that Dallas is keeping their first in the chamber because they want to do another KP trade. That's like their only way they can do a KP trade because they really don't have too many players of value. But I don't like it just because Dorian Finney-Smith is a player that the Pistons would get if they're a playoff team. You know, if they're closer on the timeline to competing. I like him as a role player, not as just a guy you're paying in Detroit to play games.
What?
Like,
I like him as a player, but not as a player.
I like him as a player on a playoff team, but not as a guy that you're just paying on a team that's not going anywhere.
Okay,
That's fair.
that's fair.
That's feel it's like Bojan is right now. That's the only reason why I would make a move. Otherwise, I'd want to keep him.
All right, and what about this? I have another one. You trade Bojan Bogdanović to the Memphis Grizzlies for Zaire Williams and a protected pick.
I'm not familiar with his game.
I'm not familiar with your game, G.
I'm not familiar with Zaire Williams' game.
That's fair.
Who is this man?
Chris?
I'm doing that every day of the week.
He's a very young guy.
That's the one, Spencer. That's the one I like so far of the three. I also have one, dare I, if I can propose it, but
No,
I like
we're
that
good.
trade.
No, we're good.
Yeah, I like Zaire Williams a lot. I think he'd fit well on this team. He's a big wing. He can do things on both sides of the ball, plays good defense, shoots the ball pretty well, and he's young. I believe he's a rookie or he's a second-year player. But
he's second, I believe.
Yeah, he's a guy that could fill in and could do a lot for this Pistons team. Yeah. I like that one, too. That was my favorite one that I drew up.
You probably have to throw in Danny Green, too, to make the money work, but that's nothing. I mean, he hasn't played yet this year for Memphis, so.
But what was your trade, Chris?
Yeah, what's yours?
My trade, and this one's going to get easy. This one's going to wet your whistle, Easy. Sacramento. Third in the West. Third in the West,
Chris.
Sacramento.
Yes.
Okay.
We know this
That's crazy.
team is desperate for not only the playoffs, but to get far in the playoffs. Like, this team will do anything. They will mortgage their future. They just traded Tyrese Halliburton. So why can't they do a trade, and the money works, Rashad Holmes and Keegan Murray for Bojan Bogdanović? You get Keegan Murray, the guy you wanted all along.
They're not doing that.
They definitely would do that. They want to win playoff games. They just traded Tyrese Halliburton last year for a veteran.
Yeah,
They
they're
have no
third in the
problem.
West. Now they feel like they're actually competing. But I mean, Bojan would help them. I don't think they're giving up Keegan though.
And if they're not, you can also do Terrence Davis, which is a guy I like, and some type of pick. I still like that trade a lot because you get Rashad Holmes, who's a decent center for 3 years, that's not overpaid as your backup center. That's really going to factor as, like, Noel is obviously gone after this.
You have just two beef stews.
You get a young prospect and a pick. But I really think they would do Keegan Murray. They're already entertaining Keegan Murray trade offers right now.
How about this one? We got a better one from the chat that's on the same frame as you're talking about. Bojan for Joker, straight up.
Bojan for Jokic?
Bojan for Jokic, straight up.
I think about it.
I think about it, yeah.
They're not trading Keegan.
I don't think they're
Why'd you say
trading.
there's already trade offers for Keegan Murray? Where's this coming from?
This is from podcasts I listen to, like Zach Lowe and Bill Simmons, the ones that like
Which one
have
specifically?
actual sources.
which
sources?
I'll send it.
Can you get the sources?
I'll send it.
Can you
get the
show
sources
us
graphic
what
up there?
sources
Yeah.
you're talking
Sources
no.
graphic
Trust me,
about
bro. I got
Keegan
this.
Murray, being out there.
These are the sources Chris is talking about.
Chris
made it
Broussard. Chris Broussard sources, you know.
Chris Broussard sources.
I was texting KD last night.
Yeah.
I mean, KD, this man don't even got my number.
Yeah, I mean, if you could get Keegan Murray, yeah, you do it, but I don't think the Kings are giving up Murray,
the
a
Kings-
pick, and Holmes for Bojan.
The Kings have the longest playoff drought in the NBA. They are
Yeah, but they're
desperate
new-
making
for
the playoffs.
Yes, I know they're making the playoffs,
new-
but the West is wide
Their
open.
new GM is not going to do that. Their new GM is building sustained success. They just re-upped him on a deal. He's not going to throw all that away for just one playoff appearance. They're already in the heart of the playoff contention. They don't need Bogey to do that.
I agree with you, Spencer, logically, but the Kings are the Kings.
That is a good point. The
That is
Kings
fair.
are the Kings.
They're the Knicks of the West.
That is the most legitimate argument you made to the point. Is the Kings?
Yeah.
The Kings do be king.
That's what I was saying.
The Kings be kinging, but they're not giving up Keegan Murray.
I mean, I would
think
definitely take that trade though.
But you call, and if
Hey,
not, I still like Terrence Davis.
You want to give up your lottery pick from last year, your
Yeah.
lottery pick from 3 years ago, and another pick.
Well, Rashad
for
Holmes
math
is nothing
teacher.
to them.
Yeah, I know, but still,
Rashad Holmes is nothing to them.
it's I don't think they do.
The Zaire Williams kid, tell me, like,
Yeah, that one's a good one.
Yeah,
is he nice? Like,
He's good. He hasn't had a lot of opportunity to flourish in Memphis because they kind of have a loaded front court. But the guy is big. He's long. He could defend.
30% from three.
Yeah, he could shoot the ball.
26% this year.
He's impressive talent. Well, I mean, he doesn't get many.
One less shots.
He's got like 5 minutes a game.
Yeah.
He doesn't play very much. But he's a guy you could bring in, and he'd fit very nicely into the Pistons rotation, especially providing them with the biggest need on their team, which is perimeter defense and switchability.
I'll turn on 2K tonight. I'll
try to clamp somebody up.
Yeah, I'll see what goes there.
Also, you got to think about with Memphis, when's the last pick they missed on? They drafted this guy, so historically, Memphis has been hitting on all their picks, especially in the last like 3-4 years.
D's 411 said Bay and Crowder is similar. They are, but Jay Crowder plays defense.
Yeah, I felt the same way too with Holmes, another undersized center. We got one of those already.
Holmes, I mean, he'd be a solid backup for Daron.
Yeah, he's just a backup.
Yeah. Bagley's hurt. Noel's MIA.
But you got to be mad they kept Bojan.
No.
I wouldn't be mad either.
No, but because you gotta trust Troy. Look at what they did last deadline. Everybody wanted to move Grant.
I know
he didn't move Grant, and in the summer he got probably what was the better deal.
That's literally what I said was going to happen, and I was infuriated every time people. I think we were doing the pod around then. I'm not sure, but I thought it was stupid shit. There's no need to rush, especially Troy within these trades. If you look at his trades historically, they're like draft night trades. Now with the Grant one the night before draft night, but yeah, tell us about Matrix Home or that when we come back.
Yeah. Tell us about the fantasy world you're living in where Keegan Murray's in that trade.
I'll tell you about a hell of a world, and that is Matrix, a world that you can customize. You can even remodel. Matrix, the home solutions, your go-to for any home project. Looking for a new man cave? They are the basement remodel experts. They also specialize in bathrooms and kitchens. They have an A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau. So do yourself a favor. Call them today at 888-594-8844 or go to matrixsolutions.com.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodwardSports.com. I am Spencer Raxter. He is Speak Easy. We got Chris Platty, the Ghost Pepper, standing next to him, and JB Smooth on the ones and twos. Easy, you had a question to ask.
Don't dismiss it the way you.
All right. I mean, that's my honest opinion.
Don't dismiss what?
So if Stevie Y is as stubborn as we're told on like deals,
yes,
he's not moving.
Yes.
First and foremost, is Larkin a free agent next year? Or is this like a get it ahead of it type of thing?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Would Dylan Larkin, as a result of this contract, I don't want to call it dispute, but like, you know, something's missing there. Yeah. Does Dylan Larkin then become a trade piece for Stevie Y and Detroit Red Wings?
Yeah, I mean, if you're not signing him to the contract, you're going to trade him. You're not letting him walk for anything, but they're going to sign him to the contract. They're going to get a contract. Dylan Larkin's not going to walk away from captaincy of his hometown team for over $500,000 a year.
I agree.
So it's going to happen. I'm not worried about them moving on from Larkin.
And then, like, what kind of trade value does he have in that scenario? Just
like
so I can dream.
Second round pick.
That's it?
First, maybe a first. But
second round picks aren't that bad though in hockey, right?
Yeah, no, you'd get because
was Mo a second round pick?
No.
Oh no, yeah, Mo wasn't.
But you're given a piece to it for an expiring contract that you'd have to re-sign. It's not a guarantee he re-signs with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like they could just trade him and then re-sign him in the offseason and be like, yeah, we got a second round pick for free. But no, Larkin's not going anywhere. They're going to sign him. They're going to give him his deal. They're going to make it happen. It's going to be more than $7.1 million a year, XYYX. I'll tell you that. It's going to be like 8. It's going to be over 8.
8.4.
I'm thinking 8.25, but we'll see.
365, very, very fine.
But as you guys see in the chat, we're 25 likes away from Chris eating ghost pepper, and I put that out there because I wanted to tell Chris about the worst experience of my life when I ate a ghost pepper.
My Uncle Dave.
Pop smelly meat.
Pop smelly meat.
My Uncle Dave, who wasn't even my uncle. He was this guy who just showed up at my house every now and then. And
never saw him again.
Let me smell his napkin, and then I woke up 2 days later. But
sorry, anybody who had an Uncle Dave.
Me and all my boys, before one of our football games, it was at the team dinner before, my friend's dad grew ghost peppers. And so he brought them in, and we all tried them. And I was the low man on the totem pole, so because I was a sophomore at the time, I had to take a bite of a fresh one with all the juices, all the seeds, and that's the hottest parts of the pepper, are the juices and the seeds. And so I bite in this ghost pepper, and I eat it, I swallow it. Worst experience of my life. I didn't know projectile vomit was a thing. Like, I thought it was just a joke. Like, oh, Family Guy does it. But I was projectile vomiting.
Did it make it in the toilet? Like
no, we were at the. He lived in these townhouses, so we were at like the clubhouse of the townhouses, and we were all just standing outside. There's like 8 of us just blowing chunks.
Were you the only one projectiling? Or?
No, all of us were.
Damn.
And like, I was throwing up, and this kid Josh Leo, who was the right guard to my right, or the left guard to my left tackle.
Yeah.
He's a bigger guy, but he's also shorter, so his head is very round, and he's bald. And I'm throwing up.
High school he's bald?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm throwing up, and he looks at me, and his entire head is like beet purple, except for right around his mouth is just white. Like his whole head is like deep blood purple.
That's gross.
And this little circle around his mouth is white, and I'm throwing up, and he looks at me, he goes, "Ah, when does it stop burning?" And I was throwing up and laughing at the same time. It was a terrible experience. They actually got the cops called on them because people thought we were drinking, because they realized we were all wearing our football jerseys, so they knew we were underage. And they thought we were drinking and throwing up everywhere. But no, we just all ate these peppers. But it was like,
what'd the cops say?
The cops just talked to my friend's parents, and they let them know.
Were they laughing and shit?
Yeah, it was me, Josh Leo, another one of our starting linemen, our starting fullback who got like 40 carries a game. Like, we ran this one play. It was called 625 Wolf, where me and the other guy would cross block, and he'd just run up the middle. And we ran that like 30 times a game. Our starting outside linebacker, and both of our starting receivers. The only people like that started that didn't do it were the quarterback, my friend Sibo, and our and Mustache. Mustache didn't do it. The rest of us were just throwing up. And then we got popped 56-0 the next day.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Puked out your innards.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
EFOG asks, is there a video?
There is a video, actually. It's on Facebook. It's probably really shitty quality.
I still want to see
it. But I can find it, yeah.
But
I can try to find it. It was terrible. It was one of the worst experiences of my life. It was awful. And like I said, I bit into a fresh pepper. So it had all the juice, all the seeds. Ugh. It was awful. But that'll do it for us today. We appreciate you all tapping in
Chris, you're
and
safe.
Watching the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. For the man to my left, the one and only Speak Easy, Chris Platty in the TD booth, JB Smooth on the ones and twos, and me, Spencer Raxter. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.